Hey y'all, sorry we're a few minutes late. How's it going? How's everybody going? Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, happy Tuesday.
It's Good Luck Tuesday. Hey. Everybody, are they fixing tacos today? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Definitely was not a Taco Tuesday for me. I actually I made some delicious chili last night, if I must say so
Oh,
myself. And you know how chili is. It's, those seasonings marinate overnight.
yes. You
It's
tore it up.
yeah, very tasty. I had some leftovers of that.
Oh,
So,
I'm
yeah.
jealous. I made a salmon dish yesterday. Um,
Mhm.
and then I remade that today. I'm trying to make it a habit to not eat past a certain time. So I
Yeah.
think I ate like around 6 something. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat anymore, but I might have some
Mhm.
Nutella and bananas today.
Right.
I really like that. Well, Lola's in the house. Hey, y'all say hello in the comments. If you're in here, please say hello in the comments. Hey, Keandra. We're gonna let y'all
Hey.
come in for a couple of minutes. Give y'all just a couple of minutes, even though we're a couple minutes behind, which is my fault,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Do us a favor and share. Share to your pages if you do not mind. Invite others, tag people in the comments.
Yes.
Let them know that Good Love is about to get started. Um,
Hmm.
invite your people into the room so we can have this amazing conversation.
Yes. I actually figured out how to connect your Facebook, my Facebook, and our YouTube.
Really?
So all
Okay.
three is connected. All three is streaming. Hey,
Oh,
Jonathan. Jonathan's in the
oh
house.
wait, so I don't have to share? I don't have to share it to
No, it immediately posts to your page, so it's already on there live.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Mhm.
girl, I'm sitting here
Yeah,
trying my
if you go
YouTube
like,
up.
if you go to your Facebook page, it already has our live up. So,
Oh, cool.
mhm.
Okay, well, good. Thank you for that. That helps.
Yes, yes. So everybody can just hop on and look on in. Look on in. That's how country is now. Hey, Mama Shavita.
Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Mhm.
Um, well, Keandra, I maybe in the summer, I have a class reunion coming up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say how many years because I can't believe it.
I had mine last year. It was the 20-year reunion. Was it 20?
Well, then you know how what mine is then.
Yeah. Crazy
Do
how much time.
you? What, you have 10 years? Yeah. Wait, 10
Ah, her
really?
10-year reunion. That's crazy how much time flies by.
Yeah.
It's funny because no shade, but the little fast girls that all the boys wanted,
Uh-huh.
they look real dusty and worn out now. I'm like, see, that's what happens. That's what happens. You look rusty and dusty, and you got 8,000 kids now. See, that's what happens with all that fast.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that at times, but yeah, it'll be fun. They're trying to get it together now, my class. So, you know,
That's gonna be
we'll
fun.
see. Yeah.
Now y'all got additional coins because most of y'all you got real money now. So if they can do like a nice class reunion. I feel like the first class reunion we did, it was not nice, and I missed it. Thank God. The second one I think was okay. Now this
Mhm.
next one, it needs to be top notch because now people got extra coins that can actually like give
Listen,
money.
I have no expectations because I'm not doing any planning. I'm not even
Um,
inserting my big toe into that. I'm going to show up. So I ain't gonna have jack to say. I'm not gonna have nothing to say, but we'll see.
wow.
I went to my 10
Mhm.
year, but I didn't go to the 20 year. So
Yeah, you did not go to the 20-year, you went to the 10. Okay, so they haven't seen you in a while.
They had a little mixer. What it happened to be that I was in town, and so that
Uh-huh.
was, I don't know, a few years ago, several years ago, or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
Mhm.
go ahead and get started, guys. So we have a very interesting topic today that we are going to discuss. And I even have like a little video that we're going to start off with because that's what's going to start the conversation because it's a good one, y'all. Um,
Mhm.
so today's topic is going to be about dating multiple people. Is it a go or no? Like, is this something that that you feel like people should be practicing more, or is it like a dead end? Like, you shouldn't really be dating multiple people, or should it be like one person? So, sis, what is your opinion on this before we show this video?
Okay. I think that if you are not serious about anyone, then yes, you should definitely be dating multiple people. However, it can get a little hairy. It can get a little hairy because let's keep it real, feelings get involved,
Mhm,
and all of that kind of stuff. And it also depends on what your end goal is. If you are
mhm.
just dating for companionship, dating for whatever, but you don't want anything serious, then I think those are the people that should, maybe mix it up as long as they're being honest with everyone. But usually that may not be the case. So,
this this is like a modern day. I feel like more people are doing this, and
mhm.
like people have a thing where they call it their roster or their team. They got a team of folks that
Yeah.
they're dating or juggling or whatnot. Now, I think it matters of what type of dater you are.
Mhm.
So, like for me, it's better for me to date more than one person just because I do get my feelings do get attached and I do get excited. So I'm just like, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket until I know for sure. Um,
Eh,
so for me,
okay.
the type of dater that I am, it's just better for me to just, date more than one person until in my mindset is may the best man win. And because I know what is it, Maisha? I feel like you have so much to
I'm
say.
sorry, I'm burning
You're
because I
moving
feel
and
like
walking. What is it? Can I get it out?
get it out. She was like, okay, finish the
I
statement.
can't concentrate when all I see is forehead rocking back and forth. Jesus,
Mine or yours? Mine or yours?
yours. Like I'm trying to get it
Go
out.
ahead.
Okay,
I'm gonna stay
so
still.
before we go into a back and forth thing, let's just show this video real quick.
Okay.
Let me share it. Okay. Let's click share screen. Just share the screen. Lord, don't show these tips again. Don't show them again. Thank you. Do y'all okay? So share system audio. Okay.
Hope y'all are having a great evening while we're waiting to get the video going.
Okay. So let's get this video. Y'all ready? So this is Steve Harvey. He's actually talking to I forgot the model's name. Gazelle from
Uh,
the Jamie Foxx show. I don't
yeah,
know I don't
Bouvet.
know yeah, I don't know who this middle girl is. And the girl with the curly hair, she is like a sex therapist. Like she's like Instagram famous. Um, it's gonna be interesting for y'all to hear what she has to say. Let's just hear it. All right.
According to a recent survey, 5,000 singles, 40% say that they've dated more than one person at a time. Do you think it's a good idea to date more than one person at a time?
She's like, let me go.
I'm like, I did 25 and I highly recommend it.
Dated 25.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that love is a biological necessity, that we are born to bond. If you spend enough time with anyone, you're like husband. So you have to spread it out to make sure you don't get completely bonded to the wrong person before the time is right. So I think 25 is a good number.
Wow, really? But don't you think that
If you're dating three, let's say three people.
Yes.
After 6 and 7 dates with the one person, don't you know that that's the one that you want to be with?
Husband after 6 or 7.
Not your husband, but the one you want to spend more time with.
I think you have to keep it. I actually like the Christian system of courting. They don't actually even believe in dating. You court until you propose to someone and you're engaged to them. So
people are hooking up though.
right. It's like The Bachelorette. You keep your options open. I'm in a 3-year relationship with someone who I live with, long-term partner, but I'm in an open relationship. Until there's something going on here, I'll make another decision after that.
Wait a minute,
do
you
you go
live
with
with
other
him
people?
I do.
and you're in an open relationship.
I am.
That is so
She's
cool.
a sexologist.
I don't give a damn.
Are you okay with him going out with other people too?
Yeah, I think that the exchange really is that we are both in a position in our lives. We love each other, we partner, we share a lot of great things with one another, but we don't place those kind of rules or restrictions.
You live with this guy.
I do.
You love him.
I love him.
Do you date other men?
I have in the past. If there's someone that I met that I wanted to have an exchange or a dinner with or learn more about in that capacity, I have, but I'm not exclusive.
So if he rolled up on you and you was having dinner with a dude, he all right with that?
That would never happen. We communicate. I tell him everything. He would know where I'm going.
You tell him you going out with a dude?
I tell him everything.
Man, look here. This some new mess. Like, you don't need to teach no class. You need to be quiet. This crazy. Ain't nobody finna do that. You can't get nobody to do that. You can get somebody to do it.
What are you talking about? Though, technically, The Bachelor is the same thing. You're in an open relationship at the time when you're dating and courting 25 plus.
She's not living with them. You have them out. Wow, that's amazing. What do your parents think about this?
My parents are very supportive of it. They love him, they adore him, they understand, and they have an unconventional relationship themselves. So I think that.
Well, that's where she got it from.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs down immediately.
Hold
immediately. I've heard of her before. I've come across her on YouTube.
Yeah. So okay, so let's kind of go through what they were discussing. One, this is where you have to like have boundaries and know when it's the point where you're going to stop with this whole open dating multiple people. Now, if you single and you have not had that exclusive discussion, you're not feeling like someone, like you feel like there's like something that you're building together, but it could get to that point. I think you should keep your options open until you have that discussion of we are exclusive, we are dating only each other, and that's where we're at. Both people have to be on the same page. Her living with this man, and by the way, they have a baby together too. Yes. They have a whole baby together. They just had.
It's
so for her, it is. Her living with this man and saying, "Oh, but we have an open relationship. If I wanted to, then what's the point, girl? Just be single. Like, what are you doing?" I feel like it's a little bit of a greed thing. What are your thoughts, sister?
Well, starting with her, yeah, I think that's utter foolishness. I think that she's trying to act like she's, this new modern, unconventional woman. But if you notice, when he asked her, she's living with the man, she loves him, and he said, and you're dating other men. She hesitated a little bit. She was like, I have. Mm-hmm. Which means, see, I read between the lines. I don't care what we try to do and say in this modern society, women are trying to be out here like these dudes. And I'm sorry, we're just not built that way. Our emotions get involved. I guarantee you, if this woman, she's waiting for him to wife her. Because she said that, until there's something right here. Okay, well, what he don't have to put nothing right there. He's getting everything that he wants. He gets you, he gets the in-house sex, he gets the living like we're married, but we're not, so I can still do this. And yeah, you can do that, but are you doing it? Most women talk that game, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it like the man is doing it. So I want us to stop being so phony about it and try to act like, whatever. Now, when you were saying about dating multiple people, I can see that them talking about 25 people. Honestly, it's like, when do you work?
I don't even know how
work. When do you sleep? Yeah. When do you live life? It's ridiculous. You cannot successfully juggle that many people. It's just not realistic. And then the other question I would have is, how many of these people are you sleeping with?
Right. Because if it's 25 people, that's kind of questionable. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, that's my
Yeah,
thought.
and that's another thing. Like, if you're dating multiple people, the whole intimacy that gets kind of like you. That's why you have to have rules to your own rules to how you're doing this, and what's the end result. Are you just trying to build bodies and say, "Oh, I'm dating all these guys, so I won't get attached to someone," or are you really just dating intentionally? Because I am an intentional dater, but again, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket until I know that we both are on that same page and that it's building into something. You don't really know that unless you're dating and you're getting to know someone. So and a lot of guys, if you don't have that discussion with them, they continuing to build a team too. I think that's also why I stopped doing the whole online dating, because a lot of those people have that mentality of building a team. But the thing is, women kind of have the end result. Well, not women. People who are dating intentionally have an end result for with the online dating. Other people are just continuously. It's like a cycle, like round and round and round and round. And I told you about that one guy who I went on a date with, and this Negro gonna call me to talk to me about his other dates that he been on. Nigga, I don't want to talk about your dates. What is this? Called me, was like, coming from dinner. I'm like, are you, was it a date? Yeah, it was a date. Yeah, it was a date, and blah blah blah. Like, just explaining to me, that type of stuff. So to me, he was just recycling women
Yeah.
and trying to build a team.
Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
With your current philosophy,
Okay, sounds real
has
judgy.
how is that, I mean, be honest. How is
Yeah.
it working out with for you emotionally? Are you able to fully be yourself emotionally in terms of, are you actively holding back emotionally so you don't get attached to a person that you may actually really like? And
Um,
forcing yourself to date multiple people, like how is that working out
I'm not
emotionally?
forcing myself. I'm just dating. It's just I used to do so the emotional part doesn't come unless I really am connecting with that person. So like, yeah, I'm dating someone currently that I'm feeling, but we haven't had that discussion. I'm not assuming like, oh, he's just dating me and I'm just dating him when we haven't had that discussion yet. So the way I'm moving, he is aware that I am feeling him. I have been intentional with making time, not making time, spending time with him and making sure that I am emotionally available. However, I'm not foolish to think that, hey, we're all in this, we're together, this is building without us having a conversation about it yet. So I'm just trying to let things happen naturally. And I'm getting this
Yeah.
from the old heads. So like
Yeah.
old heads, because before when I first moved here and just even before I was engaged and all that stuff, I used to put all my eggs in one basket to one person, my feelings would get hurt is
Mhm.
because I was excited about them. And I'm like, oh, I'm spending all this time with them. I'm only spending time with them. So, human nature, I'm going to want this to build into something. This is the only person that I'm spending time with. So, for
Mhm.
me to be realistic about my emotions and try to, like, not put, again, putting all my eggs in one basket, I'm dating, and I'm not saying date 5 or 6 people. It's like the max for me is two. I don't have time. So,
Mhm.
and it doesn't necessarily mean I'm looking to date other people. It's just
Mhm.
that if I'm dating someone and we haven't had that conversation, but I'm feeling you and this seems like it's something that could possibly happen, I'm not going to just close the door on everybody else and then end up where we're not necessarily on the same page. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not ready for this or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and I do agree with that. I guess the question that I was asking is, outside, we know the logical part about the conversation hasn't been had. So no, I'm not, assuming or putting all my eggs in one basket in terms of, like, yeah, I'm taken, I'm not single anymore. But
mhm,
so let me just speak for myself. I if I'm not actually in a relationship, like this is my man, I'm his woman, like you said, it's in word and deed, then
mhm,
I'm single and I have friends. that I hang out with. That is how I describe it. I
Mm-hmm.
have friends that I hang out with. Now, inevitably, there is someone that you're going to be attracted to or more attracted to and maybe feel to go down that path with. And I know for me, once I feel that way in terms of I'm feeling somebody, it's more difficult for me to, like, I do have to make myself give attention to other people because
Mm-hmm.
naturally I want to give my attention to the person that I'm feeling the most. So
Right.
that's what I mean by that. Even outside of, yeah, we know we don't have you haven't had the official conversations or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of like heart stuff, the heart is
Yeah.
not logical. The heart is not
Right.
logical,
Yeah, that it's absolutely that way. And that's why I had to start doing that, because I was like that, the way that I'm built and how I do things emotionally, that is why I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to start forcing myself to date other people, so I won't necessarily move too fast with them, or make sure that everything is kind of flowing on the same page,
Yeah.
until further notice. So once we have that, like, I have no problem with commitment. I have no problem with being with one person. But I know throughout my life, I have given that energy to the wrong people, and it's not that I'm sleeping with multiple people or anything like that. It's just like and usually, even when it's like one person that I like more than the other, I'm giving it someone more energy than the other person, because I'm hoping that this will move into something else. So they're, you know,
Yeah.
it's just for me personally. I would love to be able to date one person at a time, but I'm just, the way that I move and the way my energy is, like, I just have to, it's a little bit of a protective mechanism as well.
Yeah, I get
Mhm.
it. I mean, and sometimes you got to do what you have to do to make yourself slow down,
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
process. And if you know
Right.
you have a tendency to move fast in the process, then you got to do what you have to
Yeah.
do in order to avoid doing that and not being on the same page at the same time with the other person. Yeah.
And honestly, what taught me how to date somewhat was when I was on Ready to Love. That
Yeah.
actually helped me to come to a more understanding of date, and then whoever you connect most to, make that connection.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of how I'm doing things now. And it's not that many, because that was 10 Negroes, and I will never ever date 10 men. That is so unrealistic. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ready to Love, but come on. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to talk to 10 men and see if there's a connection or not. No.
Mhm.
But if it's like, for me, date intentionally, and again, like, may the best man win, may the best connection win, the person who you are, who aligns with your values and what you want in a partner. But I'd like that you're saying that everyone is friends, which, everyone should be considered a friend that you're hanging out with. But if they're taking you out and they're paying for dinner and they're spending quality time with you, to me, that's dating. You know, they,
Well, listen, because I don't want, it's what I want them to see it as and what I tell myself as well.
okay.
Until it crosses over into, like, I have philosophies, that again, we all do what we have to do to, get us to where we need to be. For me, I also am one of those that I can attach once I feel that connection with a person, I can attach very easily and I can zero in on that person.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I try to I try to keep it light on the romantic end, even if I'm feeling that type of attraction to the person,
Mhm.
until it's very clear that it's a mutual thing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
Um, so I intentionally have them in, like, yeah, we're cool, whatever. I'm not doing, and especially if I'm not sure if I even like them like that. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm not getting romantic with them at all. I'm not giving them
Yeah.
full sexual energy. I'm not doing a
Yeah.
whole bunch of flirting, you
Well,
know.
that's like, yeah, when if it's at that point, you usually know, if I think after the first one or two times of hanging out, if they are friend zoned or not. Like, if it's somebody who you feel like you could be romantically involved with or not. There was somebody who I didn't even think when he asked me out, I was like, I guess. And so, but after the first date, I was smitten. I was like, oh my God, like I really am feeling this dude. So I'm going to continue to get to know him and see where this goes. But if you're not feeling someone and you're not attracted to them, or if their personality is whack, then I wouldn't be giving them no energy anyway. You get one date and we're done.
Yeah, no, and that's the people that I say these. I have friends. I have to vibe with them on a certain, like, even with friends, you have to be attracted to them on a certain level, or else it would just be annoying. Like I just had to release somebody that I was like, this person annoys me, and I don't have the energy for it. Like I can't even develop a friendship with this person. They annoy me, and so. And I'm not one of those sacrificial friendship or relationship people. I'm not about to sacrifice myself. If a person literally annoys me, no.
Okay, so let's see the comments. Mocha says, how can you develop intimacy with 25 people? I think it's impossible.
I think so too.
That made me sigh at her. I'm like,
was she being funny, or was she being realistic? I want to see receipts on that. Like, what? Let's get into. Let's describe. What do you mean? What do you mean? 25.
Are these 25 quality folks, or these 20? Like, is half not so cute and the other half cute? Like, what do these 25 men look like? Rebecca, whatever her name is. Okay. Mama Shabita says, when it comes to dating, my best old school advice from my granny and my dear: dress up, dress down, go out, but keep your stuff. Okay.
Draws up.
Okay, keep your legs closed.
That is straight old school advice.
But nowadays that's like a rarity. That's a rarity. I kind of want to finish what Steve Harvey was saying, because I want y'all to see his comments to her about probably the dead end of their relationship if she continues doing what she's doing. So let's look at this. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta share it.
Yeah.
Let's share screen.
While she's bringing that back up, you all in the comments, let us know, what are you for dating multiple people, or do you think you should focus on one person at a time? And I am really curious if there's any men in the room. Let us know. Do you think that that is good to focus on one woman at a time, or are you down with the multiple dating of folks at a time?
All right, here we go.
For me, it's just a matter of finding the right match for me. I think everyone should find the right match.
What y'all clapping for? You're not finna do that. No, you're not finna do that.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
I gotta stay on this for a minute. You're really attractive woman.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
We in a relationship. We in love with each other. You ain't finna go see nobody. I can't because you my girl.
Right.
I can't. You my girl. You can't be my girl and be somewhere with somebody else. Because now you ain't my girl. Now you our girl.
You know what? That's why Marjorie's mad. I mean, that's what I think. I encourage. I mean, so many young women who are like, I'm looking for a committed relationship, but I can't find anyone to settle down with. I just start hooking up to be part of the culture. I said, no, you have to know what you want. There will be someone out there for you.
Okay.
So I love that you know what you want, and I know what I want, which is why I found who I'm supposed to be with.
Okay, so now let me give you some uncle advice. If this guy, you finally found what you want to do, you got to shut the door on this here. Because now you need to find out if you who he wants. You got to quit playing this game, because it's dangerous with men. Because see, until we close the door, we open forever. Now this the one you want. Now he over somewhere hugged up in the corner with somebody else. You're going to be hurt.
But I know people who are in a network of married relationships that have been open for 40 plus years. They have children together. They remain open. So I just think that I may have a different access of information than you do, which is why I've chosen a decision for me based on that. But I respect the advice. I love the love. And I love that you're in love. And love that I'm in love the way I want to be in love. And I encourage all women to find their way as well, too.
Now, let's make one clarity. When we're saying you should date multiple people, dating people is different from sleeping with people. Now, you can date multiple people until you find out what's right for you. I do not recommend sleeping with multiple people because it takes you too far out the game. This woman right here, this beautiful girl, is in a relationship. She's found the guy of her dreams. Now, until this dude decides she's the chick of his dreams, we don't have a match, folks. Because he gonna hunt until he feel like stopping. I hate to tell y'all.
Oh my God, what are you gonna do?
You know what? The same thing I've been doing. Being great, loving great, and loving all that you have to say. So I respect that. I respect that.
It's cool, but you great. I think that if this guy had a brain in his head, this is a bad girl over here. And I think as smart as you are, when you put the whole package together, he ain't gonna find you nowhere. It ain't another you.
That's why I'm not worried. I don't have to live a life of being concerned about what this person to do. I don't have to restrict their choices to know that I'm an incredible choice. And if they choose someone different, then I'm happy for you. There'll be someone great for me as well, too. So I think for me, it just means being realistic and being in control. And I'm happy that advice exists, but I'm also happy that my advice exists for people who can connect to what I'm saying. And those who know, you know, and we good.
Okay. If you sitting there thinking, I sure like to see Steve Harvey YouTube videos on the red.
So she said a lot and very little. Like, first of all, you're saying that she wants to be married because she said until she gets the ring, correct? Steve is trying to let her know you're not going to get this ring until you create this, but you're going to have to stop this eventually. This man is not going to marry you if you cool with him just being out in the open and being with other women. And you're still, like you said, you're still milking the cow. You're getting it for free. Like, what is your point? So I don't understand. I don't really understand the term open relationships. I feel like don't be in one. You know what I mean? If you're either you continue to just be out there and date multiple people and never get involved with anybody.
Yeah. Or
actually be in an exclusive relationship. Don't say you're in a relationship if you still out there looking. That's what Steve's saying. Well, then you haven't found one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, I've like I said, I've seen her before. So I already knew her stance. And she's trying to double down on it. It's again, newfound freedom. And like she said, her parents have a non-traditional marriage, right? Just because your parents did something, you don't know whether that's truly working for them or not. I feel like she's not being completely honest. I'm just being honest. I don't think she's being completely honest. I think she's trying to present this, I'm the new woman, whatever. I don't have to limit his choices. And if he chooses someone else, then oh well, girl, she gonna be bent over in the corner,
crying, taken.
That's broke. If this man, if when this man decides that, okay, he's met someone that actually he wants to be with and she ain't tolerating that, then she will be crushed and she can put on the facade all she wants to, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I that's the thing. There's the difference between dating multiple people as a single person versus dating multiple people while you're in a relationship. That is not. It's pointless. Like, what is your point of doing it? And also, I feel like, again, men are never going to choose to all of a sudden wake up and be like, you know what? I think I just want to be with you. If if you're letting this man be with everybody else, he's not gonna be like, I think we should stop. We should stop doing this, and I just want to be with you. So she's like, Steve was trying to tell her, he's like, look, it's a recipe for disaster, baby girl. So I want y'all in the comments, have any of you, what are your views on like an open relationship, dating while you're in a relationship? Also, we really want y'all to give your perspective of if it is it healthy to date multiple people, or should it be one person at a time? And can you actually make a genuine connection when you date multiple people? Now, I will say, I have gotten to the point, I'm not saying this is now, but have been points where I got confused, where I was like, I'm not ready to let this person go, but I like this other person a lot. So you eventually have to have like an end game. And also, when you date multiple people, it's like, if someone is screwing up, then you have somebody else to go over here until they stop screwing up. And then you're like, oh, well, he's screwing up. So then you go over here until, so it's like juggling.
You never have to fully commit to the process, because you always have somebody in your back pocket. Like, oh, you made me mad today, bump you, I'm going to do, oh, you made me mad today, okay, bump you, I'm going to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you never fully like engage. And I can tell when men are doing this.
Oh,
and
yes.
That's what I do. When I discover that, I'm removing myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't volunteer to be on your team. That's not, I'm not a team player. I'm not a team player.
I think if they're being honest, like, say for instance, if I haven't had the conversation again of exclusivity, I'm going to know, I'm going to believe that you are probably seeing other people. Now, if it's on the same level as, like, if we're spending a significant amount of time together, or if I feel like you're splitting that time, like I'm seeing you, but I feel like somebody else is probably getting as much time as me, and I find that out, I'm going to do exactly like you, and I'm a bounce, because what's the point of this? If you're kind of juggling both of us on the same level. And I did date a guy who I was spending a significant amount of time with him, and then he started, I can tell when someone else has inserted themselves into what we were doing, because then all of a sudden you're busy, you're not answering your phone, you're doing disappearing acts, all of a sudden, like, oh, you got so much going on. And so I had the conversation with him, and I'm like, so let's talk about what we're doing, because we've been kicking it now for a few months. Now, at this point, I think we were kicking it for we were dating for 5 months, 5 or 6 months. And I was like, at this point, like, I've given you enough energy. I feel like we need to kind of figure out exactly where this is going. And this Negro tells me, this is why I don't put all my eggs in one damn basket. This Negro tells me, well, I said, am I the only person that you're dating? And he was like, I mean, I kick it with other people. I said, okay, well, is there other women on the same level as me? And he said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. Didn't know that. Duly noted. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for your honesty. He has no more access to me. Like, he'll call, he'll FaceTime, he'll say hello. Hey, how you doing? As far as you getting time, access, or anything, no, because you're playing. Like, it's been a few months now. Like, at this point, you should know if this is something that you see could be developing. And he tried to play the bullshit of, oh, well, I have a lot going on, and I've got this. You had a lot going on when we first started dating. So you knew what my intentions were, and you told me what your intentions are, but you lied. Okay. So now somebody else has inserted themselves. And what's funny is, I could tell whatever inserted themselves in didn't work out, because now you blowing me up again. Leave me alone.
That's how it happens. And that's one way that you actually know that it is happening. They do the disappearing act there, or they do the, dip the toe in every now and then, just to make sure that they still, got the access, or you'll still respond to them. And then you can tell when the other situation falls off. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine. And again, this is a friend a friend. We are not in a relationship. We have not, but there's understood, like we know we feel it's not just a friendship. Okay.
Right.
So with that being said, it's like there's different categories to it. There's different
Mhm.
levels to it, right? If
Mhm.
you are spending significant time with a person, like you said, you're communicating every day or multiple times
Mhm.
a week, all of these things, but you never actually, I think this is the other side of it. You need to verbalize, listen, you know, I
Yeah.
like you, I feel this way about you, but I am seeing other people as well. And ladies in particular, I have to let you know that a lot of men, especially if they like you like that, they are not going to volunteer that information most of the time because they
Mhm.
don't know how you're going to respond. They don't
Right.
know if you're going to be like, well, you know what? Lose my number. I'm not trying to be a part of your team or whatever. Or
Right.
or they, like, I had to pretty much, this particular person, they never talk to me about other women. I
Mhm.
appreciate that, but there does come a point where we need to have this direct conversation.
Yeah.
Like you said, where are we going with this? We can't keep, like, we're not children. We
Yeah.
can't just keep like flirting or
Mhm.
going a certain amount of way and then moonwalk back and then come run up
Mhm.
again and then moonwalk. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, we're too grown for
Yeah.
that. Um,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I give you on y'all's opinion in the comments. How much time should you give someone before you have that conversation? Like if you are dating intentionally, and like Maisha said, he's not going to necessarily volunteer the information that he's seeing other people or whatever's going on. Um, how much time do you give someone to kind of clean house to make it to where it's exclusive? Because let me tell you, uh, this guy that I was dating, he was like, "You got 1 month, clean house, and then I'm gonna give you some time to
Mhm.
figure it out." And I actually respected that. That kind of turned me on. I was like, "Oh,
Yes.
okay." Because I did tell him, I'm like, I'm dating other people. Like, me and you, we just met, but I was, dating someone else, and I'm trying to see, I'm just may the best man win. And he was like, I'm going to accept that for now.
Wait, you said to him, "May the best man win"?
I did. I absolutely did. I certainly did.
Okay.
Brutal honesty. He was, but you can read personalities on who you can say that to. I could say that to him.
Okay.
And he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you a little bit of time. I'm gonna give you about a month, and then you're gonna have to reel it back in. And if you haven't made your decision and you're still doing this, like I'm out. So I was like, I respect that. You gave
Good
me,
for him,
yeah,
because
I
he's
respect that.
also letting you know at the same time that he's putting that on you, he's letting you know what he's ready for.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's kind of
Mhm.
like, either, if you're gonna sit on the pot or get up, like, don't
Right.
just keep sitting here. What you gonna do, or get on up
Yeah.
and get out?
And this is
So
how yeah, that's how you know when a man is actually he's ready,
yeah.
ready, and he's
Mhm.
feeling you in that way. Okay,
Yes.
so we got some comments. Okay, so Monique said, "Hey, Monique." She said, "I just got told last night that I'm doing way too much. We're dating and hanging out with one another, but this is my ex though, so I'm confused." Oh, What is the point of you hanging with your ex? Did y'all have that conversation before y'all started hanging out? Like, did y'all start hanging out because you feel like you want to reopen the door to reconnecting and being in a committed relationship? Or is this just your comfort and this is someone that you're comfortable around and you are starting back at what y'all usually do? It matters of what the point is.
Yeah. It it
Mhm.
it it truly does. And I'm gonna say that um if you are not, if there hasn't been a change in terms of why y'all broke up in the first place, I mean a confirmed, sustained change, then it may be dangerous to go backwards. Okay, because sometimes it is that comfort, and you may, just because a person is an ex, it doesn't mean that you are not in love with them anymore, that you don't love them. Sometimes a person is just not good for you and you're not good for them, whatever the case may be. But you have to examine that. Why did you all break up in the first place? And if those circumstances still stand, this is probably not a good thing. Your heart is probably going to end up getting broken, or his. It's probably not going to be good. So,
and how long have y'all been doing this again? Because if he's saying you're doing way too much, you know, maybe he might not be ready for what you're ready for.
okay,
So
wait a minute. She said something else. Wait a minute. You see it? Are you man in that? Okay.
hold on.
Or woman in that.
Okay. She said yes. He said he want. Oh, hold on. Let me. She said yes. He said he wanted a new chapter and be together. That was my understanding, but I guess I was wrong. He said this. So is he not saying this now? And he like
Yeah, girl. Because it's the other comment, she ended it with saying that she's confused. So
right.
that means that he probably swung back around and and whatever he said allowed her to open the door back up for him, but his behavior and all it probably is not consistent with what he said when he came back around. And so now she's confused. That's what I'm getting out of this, Monique. Am I reading that right?
And also there was, who was it, the country guy with the relationship advice on YouTube, what's his name, the cute one who's married?
Oh, Tony Gaskins.
Tony Gaskin. I always forget his name, but I remember him saying when a man comes back around, to make sure if it's ego or if it's really love. And a lot of times when men come out back around, it's a lot of times it's ego because they're trying to see if they can still pull you in or rail you in if they still got it. And then if it's too easy, or if then they lose interest very quickly. If it's ego, if it's really truly love, then you're not doing too much. He wants that. You know what I mean? If he's in love with you and he wants a new chapter and he wants to build things with you, he's not going to tell you you're doing too much. So you might want to have that conversation again, or really evaluate his actions and make sure it matches with his words, and try not to get the emotional part attached to your decision making, because that's what we do a lot. We fantasize and we have these hopes, and then they showing us all the signs they ain't ready. So,
Yeah. Monique, you probably already know. Come on, girl.
mhm,
Yeah, just keep it
yeah.
real. And it hurts, I'm sure, because obviously if you open the door back up to him, there was a reason, but cut your losses, cut your
Mhm,
losses and keep it pushing, because if you continue to allow him to dip in and out, the person
mhm.
who is really for you, he potentially could block that situation, because your heart is still going to continue to be tied up with him because
Yeah.
he's in and out. So if he's telling you you do too much, and I don't know what that means. I hope you ain't over there acting crazy. Okay. But if you are acting like y'all are back together, y'all are back in a committed relationship, and that's what he's saying is doing too much, then you need to cut your losses and keep it pushing. And I wouldn't do
Mhm,
too much talking about it. I think you need to
mhm.
let your actions speak louder than your words.
Yeah.
Just move
Yeah,
on.
because it's already been over. You already broke up. So
Yeah.
just kind of just, what do you
Yeah.
call it? Fade to black. Let
Mm-hmm.
it fade to black.
Fade
Just
it to black. Let it fade
men,
to black.
yeah. And when you're doing well, like when you're on your Instagram, if he follows you on social media and say you looking cute, you living your best life, they always want to insert their little raggedy selves back into your life because they
Mm-hmm.
bored. Like, don't let him suck up your good energy that you were doing without him.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Mocha Mima says, "No way. At my age now, 57, I can't do it. I haven't dated in 9 years. No time for games." I
Mm.
get it, child. So at a certain age, you feel like it should be, and I agree with this. I did date someone of that age, 54, and
Really? Yikes.
yes,
Okay.
and he was like, we didn't have the conversation, but I did tell him, he figured out that I was dating. I was still open to dating other people. And he was like, I told you I was interested, so I don't understand why, like, what are you doing? He was like, what do you mean you're dating other people? Like, I told you I was interested. We've been going on dates. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
oh my, we're on two different pages here.
Yeah, I think the more set, unless it's an older person who actually does not desire commitment. Like for instance, they've been married a long time and the spouse either died or they divorced, and they are just not in a place where they want a serious situation. Those are usually the only times that it's a person who's more mature that they're willing to just like, oh, okay, do your thing out there, and we hook up when
Yeah,
we want to. Usually if it's somebody that is like, more mature, it's kind of like I
I've
played
been
them
there, done
games,
that.
and I'm not like, if we ain't doing
Yeah,
this, then I don't want to waste my time,
right, right.
so
And it's understandable, it's totally understandable. Yeah. Okay, so Daddy says multiple dating should be only for exploratory phase and never sleep with multiple people. Dangerous. HIV is rising among Black folks. Okay. Thank you for
yeah, and,
yeah.
and and less, since we're talking about people's in their 50s, 60s, 70s and older, HIV amongst elderly people has been on the rise.
Oh wow.
So people need to be really careful, even in your older years. Don't play no games out here. Like, there's people that,
Yeah,
elder people that have been getting STDs and stuff. It's because, so you gotta, you just this ain't the time to just be out here.
yeah.
That's just it. Daddy got all the exclamation points up in there.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I think that with that being said, like I would not I guess it's a case by case basis.
Yeah.
Dating multiple people could work. I wouldn't suggest 5 or 6 people. I think it needs to be intentional. You need to be honest. And also get to a point where you're gonna cut off and date that one person. Like you can't expect someone to stick with you and you date multiple people this whole time. You're never going to be in a relationship. Like never.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a continuously revolving door of more and more folks coming in and out. So eventually you're going to have to hone in on that one person.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts, sister?
Yeah, I do agree about just being honest. And again, I think that we maybe sometimes, instead of approaching relationships like getting to know a person, we deep dive into the romantic end of things instead of saying, I'm going to get to know this person as a person. And that way, if it doesn't turn out to be romantic, you have a friend. Like
Friends.
you
Yeah.
legit have a friend that you all respect each other. But if you jump into the deep end of like romantic, this, that, the other, then it's kind of like, I have this thing of, I am reserving that spot for my man. So
Yeah.
everybody else is a friend, and maybe a
Right.
friend that I like, it may be I have different levels of attraction to, but that spot is like, to me, if I have a question mark about it, it must not be him. Because the
Mm-hmm.
way I know how I am when I am in love with somebody and love someone, there is nobody in the same category with them. Absolutely
Right.
nobody in the same category. And they are never perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still, so I think, and that's the way that I look at, if a man is trying to make me an option, then I know I'm not the one for him.
Right.
I know what it feels like when a man says, I want you, and he will come full force for you. And
Right.
if a man is trying to juggle me, I'm like, I'm just removing myself. I'm not it for you.
Mhm.
I'm not it
Yeah.
for you. So just we cool. We can be friends, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow myself to be an option, because I know what it feels like when a man says, no, you
Yeah.
it, you know.
You know what it feels like to be truly pursued in
Yeah.
in a real way. Yes. And
Yeah.
I do agree with I actually just kind of learned Ruth a family friend. She had to sit me down and be like, she'll be like, so how have you been doing? I'm like, I'm dating this guy and dating. She was like, stop using the word dating. She's like, is it the boyfriend? Is it romantic? I was like, no, like it was just our first date. She's like, so you're not dating them. These are friends that you're getting to know.
Thank
Stop
you.
using
She
the
has
word
the same.
yeah, and she would get so infuriated. She's like, stop using the word dating. You're getting to know these friends. These are male friends that you're getting to know. They're not romantically involved with you yet because you don't know him. I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Let me still, let me, you know, Ruth is very passionate. So I have to be like, clutch pearls.
Yes.
But after that, it took the pressure off of dating. So that's why, like, when I say the multiple people and dating multiple people, like you said, they're friends. So it actually took the pressure. It really took that pressure off of feeling like, is this going to turn into something? Is this something romantic? And I actually told one of my other girlfriends who is she before she goes on a date, she's already ripping them to shreds. Like, well, he's probably this. I'm like, okay, well then he can be a homie. Like, just
Right.
go and have a drink or go eat food and just kick it with him. It doesn't
Yeah.
don't put the pressure on yourself or on him to where he gonna have to meet the lineup or the list that you looking for in your husband. And y'all, you just get to know him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think it should be that serious. Like dating is supposed to be fun, you know, and getting to know people is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be you're either it's like you said, it's either a friendship or it could be something romantic. But regardless, you know, get to know the person, enjoy yourself, and
Mhm.
I say may the best man win.
Oh my God.
May the best
I
man
can't
win.
believe you actually said it. Actually let it come out your mouth.
I did, but we were like having like a conversation because I mean, little does he know he's like in the, you know, he's up there. He's, I mean,
I
I'm
bet he
ready.
does know. He knows. He knows.
Oh Lord. Okay, y'all. Well, we hit the hour. Thank you guys for coming in and spending your Tuesday evening with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the topic. Sis, do you have any? Well, you said you're in. Anything else that you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming in and spending your Good Love Tuesday with us. We will see you guys next Tuesday, maybe. We'll see what happens. But we'll keep you guys posted. But let's plan to see you next Tuesday. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Good night,
Everybody have a good
everybody.
night. Bye.
Bye.